Well. Good morning, everybody. How's all my risers today? Everybody doing well? Everybody bueno? It's Monday. As we wrap up March. And what a month March has been. Some ways it seems long, and some ways it seems like it's gone very, very quickly. But here we are. Get ready. We are in a Holy Week. And looking forward to a good week as we head into Easter and April and woohoo! Hashtag risers. That's right. Let's do this thing. Good to have you with us today. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Cinemas. Telephone number to call is 850-771-0049. If you use the text, no pronouns. You'll go to timeout. I promise you. Don't make me tell you again. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Milton Post for hosting. Looking forward to a great week. It's going to be a good one. It is cool outside. There you go, Angie. Shout out to Angie. All right, good to have you with us today. It's Marshmallow Peeps. You know, that's becoming, the Marshmallow Peeps is becoming a disgusting thing. Pepsi has a Marshmallow Peeps Pepsi. Woof. That makes me throw up in my mouth. It's not a blame. All right. Your forecast for today. Good deal of sunshine. High near 76. Tonight, few stray clouds. Stray shower thunderstorm possible. Low near 57. Then for Tuesday, mostly cloudy. Stray shower thunderstorm possible. And a high near 78. Presently, it is 54 in Milton. It's 59 in Gulf Breeze. 56 in Bark. And 55 in Pensacola. All right. Let's light this thing and let's do what we do. All right. Do a bunch of phone calls. We're going to talk about Berry Hill Road. It was a controversial decision. We'll get to that in just a few moments. So hold on. Bye, Elizabeth. The suspect involved in the hour-long standoff at the Scabby County grocery was actually the store owner. It happened at the Blue Angel Grocery. Hassan Alisa is the owner of Blue Angel Grocery. He says a standoff never should have happened in the first place. So here, let me show you. Here he is. Poor fella. So he was. Let me tell you what happened. So he's the owner of Blue Angel Grocery. Early Saturday morning, he was helping the sheriff's office on an investigation at his store. ESCO says a deputy went back to the grocery later that afternoon to arrest a man they interviewed as a witness who gave them a false identity. The deputy returned to the store to arrest 38 Hassan Moorer, not Hassan Alisa. And Moorer had active warrants. I just heard someone calling my name. Hassan. But Hassan Moorer was not at the store. Hassan Alisa says he was in the back room sleeping when the deputy came back and he heard screaming. I thought it was my coworker. Thought he was being robbed. That's why he grabbed his gun. He also says he did not hear the deputy identify herself as law enforcement. So the sheriff's office says their deputy fired I don't know how many rounds. He goes, I didn't shoot her. That's the main thing. I said, I'm on the floor. Please don't shoot. I don't know how many times I said it, but it was said it clear enough, and it was clear enough for her to understand. Outside the sheriff's office was setting up a perimeter, and the SWAT team was on standby. So he comes out of the back room with a gun, and the sheriff's deputy just starts plowing. Several bullet holes in the wall, one in his t-shirt that grazed him. It could have killed him. Now, yeah, and there was an hour-long standoff. They took him into custody, and when they realized what was going on, they let him go. Now, what do you do? Yeah, that's a great big old whoops. That is a whoops. Now, where do you place the blame? Now, he said the sheriff's deputies need more training. I don't know if it ever said what the name of the deputy was. It's under investigation, Katie. But is it a lack of training on the deputy's part? Or is it Hassan's fault? Or is it a combination of both? Now, look, if he hadn't been sleeping, he's the owner. He can do whatever he wants. Do you have monitors? Do you have some security monitors? Do you check the situation before you go running out with a gun? Holy smokes. He went running out in the store with a gun. The deputy sees him. The deputy is there to arrest somebody. She just sees someone coming out of the back with a gun, right? They saw a gun. I know. Exactly, Donna. They saw a gun. That's what officers are trained to do. Now, it is who I think I've seen some very stupid movie. Well, I don't know. We don't know who it is. And he's like, oh, I'm just glad I'm alive. I have family and, whatnot. But that's kind of a wild thing. That's a very exciting Saturday. But that is, I don't know if they ever got the other Hassan or not. It doesn't make a difference at this point. But yeah, pretty wild. That's a hard one. Someone could steal your identity and you could be the same situation. I know. 2 Hassans. Who knew? 850-771-0041. That's pretty wild. Litter pickup in Santa Rosa was previously done by inmates at the Blackwater River Correctional Facility in Milton. The Department of Justice provides inmates to perform various public work service for municipalities across the state. But when COVID-19 hit, that all changed. They scaled back its inmate labor program. Trash lies on the side of the road on Bell Lane in Santa Rosa County. Litter in the neighborhood is piled up as inmate labor was scaled back. It's piled up everywhere. We use inmate labor to augment our litter pickup, pothole repairs, and pond maintenance. So with COVID, we're seeing a reduction of inmates and are having to pivot our workforce. I got a question. Why is it that COVID made them scale back the work crews? It gets them outside. You can social distance them outside. Why did COVID cut back the crews? It doesn't make any sense. No, we're going to keep them locked up in close quarters. It's absolutely ridiculous. One of the most asinine. Has COVID made everyone lose their common sense? Just the threat of COVID has made people lose their common sense. Get the prisoners outside. Let them work. You can space them out. It was an overreaction. And look, the inmates love it. They love getting outside. Being inside is absolutely worse. But they like being outside. They don't care. And being outside is the best thing. It is the best thing. That is one of those things that gets rid of the COVID. Now, transporting them is transporting. Yeah, I know. I was just going to say, put masks on them. Put masks on them. Stick them in the van. Shoot them down the road. Pick up trash. Trash has been bad. We clean up sides of our highway. Good. Thank you, Kim. And look, why? Let's get the people that are throwing the trash. Prisons have been on lockdown for the whole time. I know. No common sense before COVID. Well, there wasn't much. There's less now. And the Biden-Harris administration, which we'll talk about that in a moment, doesn't help things. Stupidity reigns. All right. A so-called anti-riot bill passed by the Florida House on Friday would create increased penalties and new crimes for people who participate in violent protests, though opponents say it will have a chilling effect on the freedom of speech. I got a question. Why is it when riots and protests from the left, you're hindering freedom of speech, but it is domestic terrorism, and it needs to be censored when it's on the right? Well, that's a question. The bill passed 76-39 after nearly 5 hours of debate, with Republicans saying the measure is needed to protect the law and order, and Democrats saying it was drafted in an effort to quash protests by groups like Black Lives Matter. Well, it's to quash destruction by groups like Black Lives Matter and Antifa. You don't need to tear up stuff. If you want to protest, knock yourself out. I don't care. But when you start tearing up stuff and rioting and looting, it seems that freedom of speech was free up until black and brown people started talking. That's from Democratic Rep. Trey McCurdy, who said the protest, the death of George Floyd last year, if this bill were a law last summer, instead of being a member of the State House, I'd probably be a member of someone's jailhouse. Republicans said the bill wouldn't affect freedom of speech protected by the U.S. Constitution, but rather protect people and property. The First Amendment, freedom of speech, does not protect violence. It doesn't. It doesn't. Good, Katie. I'm glad to make you laugh. But you get it. These people are just out of their minds. I'm glad that bill passed. It's not but you can't tear stuff up. You want to tear stuff up, you got a home, do it in your own home. I don't care one iota about that. All right. So let's talk about Berry Hill Road. After a lengthy and contentious discussion Thursday night, Santa Rosa County Commissioners approved by a vote of 3-2 rezoning request by Gulf Breeze developer who intends to build an 859 home subdivision on Berry Hill Road. Commissioners Bob Cole, Colton Wright, and James Calkins voted to approve the request from Adams Homes to rezone 315 acres on Berry Hill Road from agriculture to residential. It paves the way for the company to build a large neighborhood on an already crowded corridor. Dozens of residents who live in a nearby neighborhood attended Thursday meeting to voice their opposition to rezoning, arguing the current infrastructure can't support 859 new homes and the families that will occupy them. The 2-lane Berry Hill Road is already over traffic capacity. There are no concrete plans to expand it in the near future, and the neighborhood schools are already either at or over capacity. Not unless you continue doing the virtual learning. Wright, who represents Gulf Breeze and voted to approve the rezoning, said traffic and schools alone weren't enough of a reason to deny the request. So, the BOCC is out of control, says Sharon Hawthorne. All right. So what do you do? Look, housing is an issue in Santa Rosa. Yes? Yeah, it is. So is it only traffic? Is it only school overcrowding? Or is there more to it? I don't know. I mean, there are other problems that come with this. So you add 850 more families. And then what happens? Justin says we need better planning. We can't stop growing. We just need better ways of dealing with growth. Yes. So, we do need the housing. We do need the housing. So why is there not a plan to expand the roads. El Cuco says there's money. It's money. Well, there is money. There is money. Look, there's money for the homes. It creates business. It creates jobs, people coming into the area. Use common sense when looking at these rezoning questions. If the infrastructure cannot fix the infrastructure first, yes. Straighten up the roads. Get the roads done. Traffic overload. Yeah, but you got to do the roads. You got to do the road share. 850 more families would also need more law enforcement, fire, water. Yep, absolutely. We're doing things. FDOT controls most of the roads. And it's got to be done. Now, let me say this. We do need the homes. Absolutely. We do need the infrastructure. Absolutely. What happens when the housing drops? What happens when the Biden administration craps it out? What happens when the bottom falls out of the housing market? Man, yeah. You can feel it coming in the wind. You can feel it. The Joe Biden administration, the Biden-Harris administration is going to crap it out. They're going to destroy it. You've got 859 homes, and it's going to go down the toilet. And what happens? Yep, El Cuco, it will. It will go. What do you do then? 850-771-0049. I mean, look, there's strong feelings on both sides. I get it. You live on a road like that, you don't want more traffic. You sure don't. I get it. It's going to be difficult. But, fix the roads. Do the roads first. And get it done. People want to come here from crappy dim states. No, you're right. You're right, Roger. You'll have people moving from New York. And California, they can sell their homes and buy a mansion here. Because they can sell a little cinder block house and have enough money to come here and make a killing. I don't know if they can sell their homes. That's considering if they can sell their homes there. You got to find people that want to stay there or move there. But it's going to be interesting. The man arrested Thursday for shooting at a group of bikers Sunday in Escambia County. Here he is. We talked about this last week. I knew there was more to the story because they said it was an argument, there was a disagreement, and a black man was shooting at bikers. What is the deal? Hold on. Jeff says water and sewer support. Yes. Anyone notice the water pressure decrease over the past 18 months? Ooh. But yeah, water and sewer is a big thing. You ain't wrong. So anyway, this guy pulls in, starts yelling at the bikers, and then pulls out a gun and starts shooting. He gets his car, takes off. These guys are pumping gas. He comes back around. They started shooting back at him. He comes back around and shoots again. I think there's even a third round. So the police find him. They track him down. They search his house. There is a rap song. He is writing a rap song about it. Delaney Jamal Battle Donson was arrested Thursday evening. He barricaded himself inside his home. He has a makeshift recording studio in the living room. They found what appear to be rap lyrics for a song titled Shots Fired, Strike Back. The arrest report reads, the lyric of the songs are play-by-play of the events of the shooting at Circle K. Boy, yeah. Writing a rap song about shooting up bikers. There you go. Let's see. Lots of Santa Rosa County families are dependent on new construction to put food in. Yes. We did that one. Yeah, I get it. No, it does. It does activate the economy. It does. Put yourself as a resident, a current resident on that road, and then you've got a different viewpoint. Research for a book. No, rap songs. And he's going to jail. So then he's got that going for him as a rap artist. He's a gangsta in a Honda Civic. A gangsta in a Honda Civic. God bless him. A 75-year-old Pensacola man is charged with DUI manslaughter and vehicular homicide for hitting and killing an elderly man driving a golf cart Thursday evening. We talked about this on Friday. We saw the truck. We saw the, I said he was flying, and he was. He was flying. James Ward Jr. faces charges, DUI manslaughter, vehicular homicide, possession of marijuana. Florida Highway Patrol says more charges are pending. It happened around 5 p.m. at Barrancas Avenue. The F-150 pickup truck struck and killed 81-year-old man driving a golf cart. So the 75-year-old under DUI with marijuana possession. Ward was driving his truck at a high rate of speed west on Barrancas. He also ran off the roadway multiple times, colliding with concrete barriers on the Bayou Chico Bridge. He is being held on $400,000 bond. Yeah. Feel better about your life choices, Justin. Absolutely. The shooter wanted some street cred. Yes. You notice he didn't hit anybody. He shot the bikes, but he didn't hit anybody. He's going to go to jail as a gangster with a Honda Civic. El Cuco, when you're 75, you have a chauffeur. That's because they'll take your driver's license away from you. Your kids, they'll take your driver's license away. 850-771-0049. That's what kids do. Dad, you can't drive anymore. All right. Salem Police Department issued an advisory Sunday evening urging residents to stay away from Oregon's state capitol building. Due to activities expected at the Oregon Capitol today, be aware that there may be pedestrian congestion in the area. If possible, avoid traveling through streets around the Capitol Mall. Anyone observing criminal behavior should immediately move to a safe location and call 911. Police warned that protests included approximately 150 to 200 participants who are heavily armed. Now, they were worried about armed people in Washington, D.C., right? Storming the Capitol. Not very few of them that stormed the Capitol had weapons. If any. They don't have any charges for that yet. But you've got this happening actively in Oregon. 150, 200 people storming the state building. Is that not domestic terrorism? I got a question. Is that freedom of speech or is that domestic terrorism? Just ask that question. You got to ask them. Police warned that the protests included those heavily armed people. The risk of violence has increased as the opposing protesters are expected to arrive in large numbers. We're advising residents and visitors to avoid the Capitol Mall area. For those in the area, please remain cautious, aware, given the circumstances. Nice. How do you... And they want to defund the police and let these idiots reign. Right? That's what they want to do. Get rid of this. All right. Children's publisher Scholastic announced they have immediately stopped the sale and distribution of a book over allegations of passive racism. The announcement came weeks after 6 Dr. Seuss books were similarly canceled over allegations of racist imagery. Scholastic announced last week they would immediately stop distribution of The Adventures of Ook and Glook, a book originally published in 2010. The book was written by Dave Pilkey, who is known for writing Captain Underpants and Dogman, 2 wildly successful children's book series that have sold more than 100 million copies. In a statement, Scholastic said the decision to cancel the book was made with full support from Pilkey. In an apology uploaded to YouTube, Pilkey said the book promotes racial stereotypes that are harmful to Asians. They did not describe what the passive racism is. What is passive racism? I know. What is that? Can anybody know? I agree, El Cuckoo. That and New Jersey. And just as the children of Dogman. But you can't do Ook and Glook because it's passive racism. Isn't accusing somebody of white rage or isn't accusing somebody of being too white? Isn't that racism? It's just a question. I have to ask a question. Oh, passive racism. And then you've got this. Rapper Lil Nas. Here he is. What's that stupid country song he had? I don't know. Lil Nas is attempting to drum up publicity by releasing controversy, including satanic-themed sneakers and a new music video where he gets sexual with Lucifer. Lil Nas partnered with MSCHF, a Brooklyn-based creative arts company, to create Satan shoes. The demonic sneakers are a pair of Nike Air Max 97s, which normally retail about $170. But the air bubble is filled with 60 cc's of red ink and a drop of human blood. The sneakers also have the number 666 and will be a limited edition of 666 pair. Let me let that sink in for you. The shoes go on sale today at a price of $1,018. Satanic shoes called Satan shoes. In case you thought, well, that's just... No. It's part of it. They'll have the number 666, and there'll be 666 pair. Right. Don't... Oh, my gosh. People are out of their mind. He is insane. He is insane. And he's evil. Well, 1,018. Yeah, I think it's probably some kind of combination of 666. That's not even passive Satanism. That is out and out Satanism. That's not passive at all. Where are the Jesus shoes? They are the sandals worn by contemporary church worship leaders. It's true. All right. It's true. The Metro Board of Directors in Los Angeles on Thursday approved a $36 million increase to Metro's 5-year law enforcement contract with the Los Angeles Police Department. Along with more funding for police, the board approved 2 other motions focused on improving public safety and connecting those without homes to proper shelters and social services. The increase comes as a surprise to many since Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti made it clear last year that the city would not expand its police budget following calls to defund the police. But crime reigns in Los Angeles. And so they had to give more money to the police because their stupidity didn't work. Nick has not warned them. I don't wear sandals. No. Nope. Ben pointed out as an example, where is cancel culture when I know, when WAP wins a Grammy. Interesting. Baltimore State Attorney Marilyn Mosby announced Friday that the city of Baltimore would permanently suspend prosecution of prostitution, drug possession, minor traffic offenses, and other so-called quality of life crimes. Mosby had previously announced the policy as a temporary measure that was allegedly designed to slow the spread of COVID-19 among city's police force and prison population. However, in Friday's press conference, Mosby claimed that the police had served to lower the violent crime in Baltimore, and that it proved that her vision of criminal justice reform worked. Thus, the policy would become permanent. Well, that's how you get away. That's how you bring down crime, is you just decriminalize everything. So there's no crime. That's how you win the war on crime. Nothing's a crime. So we're just getting away with that. Small, petty theft, we're not going to worry about that. Man, we're not going to worry about any of that. It's not a big deal. Just steal whatever you want. Let's see. Yeah. The number 1018 means angel number. 1028 represents new beginnings. Very interesting. But you get what he's doing. Yeah. Whose blood? It doesn't say. It doesn't say whose blood. It could be little Nas's. We don't know. It's human blood. Your hairstyle's a crime. What did you do to it? Oh, cool. 850-771-0049. So you just decriminalize everything and everything's good. So traffic offenses, speeding, don't worry. Run the red light, don't worry about it. Parking, park wherever you want to. You can carry on drugs, don't worry about it. Snatching children off the street, it's okay. Where do you draw the line? Prostitution, human trafficking? Isn't human trafficking an issue in our country? And they're going to decriminalize prostitution. It's okay. It's okay. Stupid, dumb people in Baltimore. But crime's down because we've decriminalized everything. It works. My plan works. Oh, my gosh. See you, Donna. Have a good day. Have a great Monday. Just over 2 weeks after Texas Governor Greg Abbott lifted coronavirus mandates, allowing businesses to operate at 100% capacity and made masks optional, the red state is still reporting decreases in cases and hospitalizations. Well, that can't be. That cannot be. The governor championed the state's success on Friday between saying, today, Texas recorded the lowest 7-day COVID positivity rate since the data began being calculated, 5.43%. He's lifted all mask mandates. You can, if you want to do it privately in your business, knock yourself out, but we're not doing 100% open. And COVID is down. COVID's down. Cindy says, everything bad is good and good is bad. Yep. Good is evil and evil is good. Oh, I see a mass uncrime coming to it. Yeah. Just decriminalize everything. It solves every problem. Yeah. The bodies in the streets mean nothing. That is, it's all right. Just ignore that. Funny how the flu went poof You can't say poof. That's offensive to some people who are poofy. You know. But you're correct. So now they're saying that it is the flu shot that is what is curbing coronavirus and not the vaccine. Flu shot. Go figure. All right. Two separate studies out of the United Kingdom suggest that middle-aged women suffer the most from long-lasting COVID-19 symptoms. Researchers at the University of Leicester studied more than 1,000 hospitalized COVID-19 patients who were discharged from UK hospitals in 2020. 70% of those patients didn't fully recover months after leaving the hospital. Most of those patients affected were middle-aged white women. So this is a disease aimed at Karen. It's a Karen disease. Another study from the University of Glasgow discovered that women under 50 years old were 7 times more likely to become breathless and twice as likely to report worse fatigue than men of the same age. There you go. It's aimed at Karen. Yeah, go figure. Go figure. Poor Karen. That's discrimination. It is. The guy that was shooting up the let's cancel the COVID culture or culture COVID. Are you scaring yourself, Stephanie, on reporting the 1018? It should scare you. When you process it all, share it with us tomorrow. Make sure you remind me, but share it with us tomorrow. I am interested in that. All right. So the guy that shot up the grocery store in Boulder. They reported that he was chuckling. He was chuckling as he was shooting up the grocery store. Ahmad Al-Aliwi Alisa, 21, allegedly laughed and chuckled to himself as he went on a rampage through a King Soopers grocery store in Boulder, killing 10 people. We could hear a man chuckling, says Romero Chavez, who was at the deli when the shooting started. Gunshots were close. We believe it was him chuckling. The police said this. The guy is laughing at us over the radio. He was talking to him over the radio, and he started laughing. He's been charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder. The position is we cannot do anything until we're able to fully assess his mental illness, they said in court. They don't know, and we don't know why he started shooting. Yeah? We have no motive. Everybody's favorite fraud doctor, Dr. Fauci, let's do air quotes, Dr. Fauci, who is so self-important. He was interviewed on CNN special that aired Sunday night, and the discussion arrived at the vaccine effort. Social media pointed out that Fauci appeared willing to take much of the credit, completely avoided mentioning former President Trump's Operation Warp Speed. He said, when I saw what happened in New York City, almost overrunning of our healthcare systems, and that's when it became very clear that the decision we made on January 10th to go all out and develop a vaccine may have been the best decision that I've ever made with regard to intervention as the director of the Institute. It was the best decision I've ever made to develop a vaccine. That tells you everything you need to know about this he's a little man. He's a little man. You misspelled wiener, Jason. You misspelled wiener. But this guy, you talk about Napoleon syndrome. He has the limelight, and these news networks hang on every word he says, and he is a fraud. He is a fraud. He is controlling policy. Yeah. Wow, he has celebrity syndrome. Yep, he does. He's a piece of work. It's the best. Look, let me read that sentence again because it drives me insane. When we made the decision on January 10th to go all out and develop a vaccine, may have been the best decision that I've ever made with regard to intervention as the director of the Institute. What? He didn't even mention Trump. Didn't mention Trump. It's the best decision I've ever made. Wow, people. Are you concerned yet? Intensive care units dedicated solely to COVID-19 patients are beginning to shut down as the number of critical coronavirus patients starts to dwindle, or in some cases go away entirely. Several U.S. hospitals in recent days have announced the closure of COVID-19 ICUs, celebrating with a cautious optimism over the moves. On Tuesday, Parkland Hospital in Dallas, Texas, declared that all of its tactical care units dedicated to treating coronavirus patients have been closed due to lack of patients needing the specialized care. Now, we have like 15% of the population vaccinated. Is it the vaccine? No, it's not the vaccine. (850-771-0049). All right, let's get to other stuff. As the immigration mess at the southern border gets more and more out of hand, Vice President Kamala Harris still remains silent. Even though she's in charge of it, she's not saying anything. Even after President Biden officially tapped her, appointed her VP to lead the response on the challenges, there aren't any plans for her to travel to South or even address the issue. You know what she's worried about? You know what Kamala is worried about? She's worried about the renovations in the vice president's house. That's what she's worried about. She's frustrated over the progress of the renovations of the vice president's house. As you should be, because that affects America. The administration provided no explanation for the renovation delays, leading the vice president having to reportedly live out of suitcases. Ooh, as they stay in the Blair house, which is not a Motel 6. It's very nice. But that's what she's worried about. That's what she's worried about. The White House breaking with tradition. Hear me. Listen to this. Now lists the Biden-Harris administration on its website rather than simply the Biden administration. The move appears to have been one of several moves seemingly intended to elevate Vice President Kamala Harris's position within Joe Biden's administration. Both Biden and Harris are also listed on the White House's main Twitter page, with the bio reading, "Welcome to the Biden-Harris White House." The move is unprecedented. Neither of the previous administrations listed both the president and vice president on their main website or social media channels. Biden has flubbed more than once, referring to his VP as President Harris. Earlier this month, he even spoke in a speech offering updates on vaccination progress in the U.S., referring to his vice president as President Harris. That's exactly what I was thinking, Justin. Why would you bother renovating the vice president location when you're just going to move in the White House and do it anyway? Exactly, Donna. They have changed precedent, and it's now the Biden-Harris White House and the Biden-Harris administration. Co-presidency. Interesting. Do you find it interesting? I don't know. Former Trump economic advisor Larry Kudlow warned that President Biden's plan to raise taxes on the wealthy would ignite class warfare and send companies packing. Kudlow served as the National Economic Council Director for President Donald Trump, said if Democrats get rid of the filibuster 60-vote rule, they will force their progressive legislative agenda through the Senate. Most of these initiatives are anti-business, a lot of class warfare against wealthy people. Kudlow said Biden, for the first time during his press conference last Thursday, singled that the filibuster adamantly has to change. High taxes are not going to build an economy. You're not going to be competitive around the world. You're not going to bring investment home. You're going to repel investment. Corporations will leave. Inversions will start all over again. Yes. They're going to destroy our economy. They're going to do the Great Reset. Do we need to do a show on the Great Reset? I don't know. New photos, let's check my time. New photos have been released that show dozens of children who are packed into migrant facilities at the U.S. southern border. The eye-opening photos were shared by Democratic Rep. Henry Cuellar from Texas, who said that the unaccompanied minors were detained by Border Patrol far longer than the 72-hour legal time limit. After 72 hours, minors are supposed to be transported to a Health and Human Services facility. Cuellar appeared on CBS's Face the Nation on Sunday, where he revealed that packed conditions at migrant facilities, minors are seen from wall to wall with no space for social distancing and laying on the floor with Mylar blankets. Let me play this for you, as you can see this. Now, this is a Democratic rep.
18,000 unaccompanied children are being held in federal custody. Pictures from inside a Customs and Border Patrol facility in Donna, Texas, that you are seeing right now show children waiting to be processed, held in overcrowded conditions, sitting on the floor with foil blankets. These images have been shared with us by Congressman Henry Cuellar.
Hey, wait. If they weren't blurred, you would notice that they didn't have masks on. How interesting is that? Overcrowded, no masks. I digress.
A Democrat who joins us from Laredo. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Good morning to you, Margaret.
I want to talk about some of these pictures that you have shared with us and start with some of the others. The pictures that we want to put up on screen right here. You say that they show dozens of young girls who have been held for far longer than the 72-hour legal time limit. Why are these young girls being held for that long? Where are they going? What is their status?
Well, certainly, first of all, Border Patrol does not want to keep people there longer than 72 hours. But there's two issues, two factors coming into play. One, there's a large number of people coming across every single day. Groups of over 100 individuals coming into the Border Patrol custody. Number one. Number two, the flow through, that is through HSS, they're moving and they're trying to get more shelters open. For example, the one in San Diego, the one in Carrizo Springs, San Antonio is going to have two places, different places. So they got to flow those people out as soon as possible. And what we're seeing is at first the priority was given to young boys. For example, Carrizo Springs has young boys from 13 to 17. San Diego is going to be now taking 500 of the young girls, or have taken that. They've been flown from there. They were supposed to fly out 700, but only 500 went out. So the other 200 are part of the over 5,000 individuals that they have only in the Rio Grande. And out of the 5,000 plus that they have at the Rio Grande, 65%, about 65% are unaccompanied kids.
Unaccompanied kids. Wow. It's bad. It's bad. Now, on related, this is, let me see, I lost it. Two Republican senators claim that Biden's representatives attempted to prohibit the lawmakers from taking photos and videos from inside an overpopulated migrant facility in Donna, Texas. Mike Braun of Indiana alleged that a Biden aide instructed him to delete photos of the severely cramped migrant processing facility. And Ted Cruz shared a video of his confrontation with an alleged government official. Braun and Cruz were two of the 18 Republican senators who visited the migrant facility to see the conditions for themselves. Check this out.
Again, these kids.
Oh, wrong video. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me do this one. This is it.
Please respect. Please give dignity to the people. Please give dignity to the people.
So you work for the commissioner, your senior advisor. You were hired 2 weeks ago, and you're instructed to ask us to not have any pictures taken here.
Please respect the people.
Because the political leadership at DHS does not want the American people to know it.
Please respect the rules,
You keep
sir.
standing in front of the pictures, so
Please
you don't want the
respect the
pictures taken. The rules are arbitrary, and
Please
they're
respect
designed
the
to
rules
keep
and
the
give
American
the
people
people
in the dark.
dignity and respect. That's all we ask.
Well, no,
dignity
it's
and
not.
respect.
You're asking, is this
Please-
dignity and respect? Look at
Please
these people.
give
There's
dignity
a
and respect
pandemic.
to the people.
Let me ask you, there's a
I
pandemic.
respectfully ask you, sir.
There is a pandemic.
With
Is this
full-hearted,
respecting the rights of these
full-heartedly,
kids?
I ask you. Please
Are you
respect
respecting the
people.
rights of these
This
kids?
is not a zoo, sir. Please don't treat the people.
You're right, and this is
As
a
such.
dangerous place.
Please don't treat the
And
people
your
like
policies,
this. That's all I ask for
unfortunately,
you,
are
sir.
trying to hide them. I understand
That's
you
all
were
I ask
instructed
you.
when 18
I
senators
ask you
came
to
down
please
here.
respect the people, give them dignity
I
and
respect them, and I
respect.
want to fix this situation.
We all wanna
and
fix
the
this, sir. We
administration
don't
you're
want
working
this to
for is
happen anymore.
responsible for these conditions.
Please respect the people with dignity and
Okay.
respect,
And
sir.
I ask you to respect the people as well. This
I am
is not
respecting you.
respect.
I am respecting the
This
people.
is not respect.
Putting them in a kennel. This is like a kennel. Kennels aren't that crowded. You respect the people, Senator Cruz. No. You are disrespecting the people, and this Biden administration is disrespecting the people. Here's Jen Psaki on Fox News. Chris Wallace. Is the media finally waking up? Well, we'll see in a moment. But I want to play this for you. You got to see this.
Conditions now. They're not living in these conditions some indeterminate time from now when the president says everything will be fixed. So why not allow reporters and camera crews in on a pool basis safely to take pictures and show the American people what's happening in those Border Patrol facilities right now?
Chris, we're absolutely committed to that. The president's committed to that. I'm committed to that. Secretary Mayorkas is committed to that. Just last week, we had a pool camera, including providing footage to Fox News just last week into the shelters. We want to provide access into the Border Patrol facilities. We are mindful of the fact that we are in the middle of a pandemic. We want to keep these kids safe, keep the staff safe, but we are absolutely committed to transparency and providing access to media to the Border Patrol facilities, and we're committed to get that done as soon as we can.
But just to clarify, Jen, what you allowed a camera crew in to see the HHS facilities. What we're talking about here are the Border Patrol facilities, the detention cells, these. There is a law that they. Let me just finish. That they are not allowed to be there for more than 72 hours. Many of them are.
Oh, it's a law. It's a law. It's a law. 72 hours. That's it.
10 days. At this point, in terms of allowing access to Border Patrol facilities for reporters, you are being less transparent than the Trump administration.
Well, first of all, Chris, the Trump administration was turning away kids at the border, sending them back on the treacherous journey, or they were ripping kids from the arms of their parents. We're not doing that. We are committed to allowing cameras into the Border Patrol facilities. Absolutely. I will also say we're committed to solutions. That's why I noted that we
When you're committed to doing it. But when?
Opened three facilities that have almost 7,000 beds to allow for processing these kids more quickly out of the Border Patrol facilities. We absolutely agree these are not places for children, and our focus is on solutions and moving them as quickly as possible. We're also making sure we're processing kids more quickly at the border. Some of these kids come with a phone number in their pocket. It might be of a parent. Right. We want to make sure we're breaking through the red tape and getting them to their parents as quickly as possible.
Getting them to their parents, which means sending them home. Are you committed to doing that, Jen Psaki? I don't know. I don't think you are. Crazy. They're so crazy. Wow, running out of time quickly. So they are talking. Senator Braun talking about he's trying to take pictures down there with Ted Cruz. He said children as young as 3 years old crossed the U.S. southern border alone and are now being held in cramped quarters at the facility. Let me ask you a question. How many 3-year-olds go, you know what? I'm going to leave mom and dad, and I'm going to America for a new life. I'm going to travel hundreds and maybe 1,000 miles. And I'm going to process some paperwork. And I'm going to America. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Would you get my juice cup? Get my sippy cup and my teddy bear, and I'm going to America. 3. Children as young as 3 came by themselves. Now, who believes that? Anybody? Does anybody believe that? No. No. Does anybody believe a 13-year-old would do that? No. 17? Maybe. But you're not anything younger than that. You're not doing that. Wow. Wow, people. And they expect you to believe that a 3-year-old is going to leave home and come alone across the border. This administration is criminal. They are involved in human trafficking. Now, I got another question. You've got boys in one facility, and it's 13 to 17 years old in one facility. Thousands. It's overcrowded. I got a question. What do they do? What happens when these younger boys are raped by the older boys? It's a couple quick things here. It is. Biden administration has partnered with companies to develop a vaccine passport, which would track Americans who have been vaccinated for COVID-19 and give them access to businesses, events, and travel. I told you. You can't buy or sell unless you get the vaccine. And that's what they're doing. That's how they are manipulating this. You're going to have to prove that you had the vaccine, or you don't get to go to businesses, events, or you can't travel. That's what they're working on. Open your eyes. Hear what they are saying. They are telling you exactly what they're doing. What? You can't buy or sell save you have the mark. People. Violation of HIPAA. That only works if you want to enforce it. But they have to do it that way. It's for your own good. You can't work. You won't be able to work. Businesses. You won't be able to go to certain businesses. You won't be able to buy food. Can't travel. Can't do anything. You got to take the mark. You've got to take the mark. I'm telling you what, people, you hate to be this kind of foil hat but they are they're doing what they can. They are showing you exactly, it's for your own good. It's for your own good. You've got to get vaccinated for your own good. Even the very elect will be deceived. All right, kids, we got to get out of here. Yep. Indeed. All right, kids, we got to get out of here. Happy Monday. It's a nice day. It's going to be a great, beautiful day. Enjoy it. And looks like the Easter weekend will be great as well. Let's have a great Holy Week. Let's move forward. Woo-woo. And pray. Be